Welcome back to the Brotherhood of Men. My name's Andy R, and today I want to talk to you guys about what do men want. Now, I did a video quite recently about what a woman wants and what it boiled down to. It was fairly straightforward, although the reasoning behind was fairly complex. I thought it was only fair that I did a what do men want. What do men want? Well, it comes down to a happiness situation. Women tend to think that men are simple to figure out, and with all due respect, we kind of are. You know, there's that old trope of happy wife, happy life, or happy girlfriend, happy life. In other words, if you're keeping your partner happy, you'll be happy because life's easier. And that holds water, it truly does. But there's also one that women use, and also that's fairly true, and that is, if you want to keep your man happy, keep his stomach full and his balls empty. And that is gospel. That is true. That is true. You're going to have so much of a happier life with your man if you do those two things. But there's a third one, and this one's going to be tricky for you to hear, I'm afraid. Keep his stomach full, his balls empty, and if you're not doing either of those things, shut up. I know, harsh. But what I mean by that is, stop constantly vying for our attention. We're already with you, so you've got our attention. But men are the most happiest when they're at peace, when we can just lose ourselves in our own crazy thoughts. Come on, guys, how many times have you been with a woman, you just sat there quietly, your eyes have drifted off because your mind is somewhere in a realm of fantasy, and the woman with you here turns to you and says, "What are you thinking about, babes?" Oh, you don't want to know what I was thinking about, because I was probably thinking, which would win in a swimming race, a dog or a lion? You don't want to tell the woman that you're sat with that thinks that you're great and you think she's great. That's what was going through your mind. Or you were thinking to yourself, who'd win in a fight, Superman or the Hulk? I mean, this is me. I'm 56 saying that. I grew up with comics. You never outgrow that in your mind. Or you were thinking, maybe you are thinking of some knotty subject. But then you'd have to go into a whole rigmarole of explaining the knotty subject before your thought process could be explained. So you end up going to one of those tried and tested. I was just thinking how happy I am being with you. Do you really think that she believes that's what you were thinking about? She might give you the reaction of, "Oh, that's lovely, thanks. Oh, I was just thinking of you as well." No, she's thinking in her mind, "Well, that's nonsense. That's not what you were thinking about. Oh God, what was he thinking about? Is he thinking about another girl? You see, honesty is the best thing. You would be more honest if you just turned and said, "You don't want to know what I was thinking about. It was bonkers. I was just thinking which is the worst kind of crap to stand in, dog poo or a cow pat." What? Why were you thinking that? Hey, you asked. At least that's honest. You can laugh at each other then. Laugh at the nonsense that you're thinking and the fact that she's laughed. At least that's honest. And it's something she would believe. Because it's probably true. But men like to be left alone. We like to have time in our own heads. And this is why men create men's spaces for themselves. The garage becomes your domain, and you'll start a project that you know is going to take you years to do, even if it would really, if you stuck your mind to it, probably only take you a few weeks, because that's where you can escape to just have those crazy thoughts without being bothered. So if you women want to know what a man wants, he wants his stomach full, his balls empty, and to be left alone. Now, I know that's difficult because you don't want to be, you're in a relationship, you want to be together. That's kind of a woman's nature. She wants to nest, and to nest she needs a partner properly to nest properly. So that's hard for you to get your head round. And guys, you do need to spend time with your woman and show her that you are engaged, that you're listening. When a woman comes home and she starts unloading about how her day is, and it sounds like verbal diarrhea, that's every thought in the mind spews out of the mouth like verbal diarrhea, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, why am I listening to this nonsense for? There's nothing I can do about it. Or this, that, and the other. You need to learn how to listen. All a woman really wants from you in the relationship is know that you're caring enough to listen to what she's saying. And she'll be as happy as Larry when she knows that she's got your attention, no matter how much you want your mind to drift off. But there's two ways to listen. Because a lot of guys make this mistake, and like I say, I've been with my woman for 23 years. We've got a 21-year-old daughter who, that's double the listening. I've been in long-term relations before, several, and they all follow a similar sort of pattern of women's chaos and how that affects you as a man whose natural order is order. I've had lots of one-night stands and friends with benefits and all the rest of it. And so what I'm telling you is hard-earned information that I'm hoping by telling you, you won't have to go through to learn for yourself. And that is, there's two ways to listen. One is listen with an idea to fix. And the second is listen just for the sake of listening. I often say, we laugh about it now, because like I say, after 23 years, she knows if I go, hang on a minute, is this a fix-it conversation, or is this a listening conversation? And she'll laugh and probably just say, I just want to unload. Can you just spend the time listening to me and sympathising with me? That's a conversation where you go, oh yeah, really? And ask the odd pertinent question with no intention of making it any better for her. All she wants to do is just unload. Just get it off her chest. Just whinge for the next half an hour. And then at the end of it, she'll turn and say, thanks for listening, babe. And that night, you're going to get fun. Because she's grateful that you were just there to listen to. Now, if it's something more serious, she might say to me, I need help to fix this. This is a fix-it conversation. Okay, full on. I'm here. Have I got to go out and do physical harm to somebody? Or have I got to go and get the information for you so you can fix it? I mean, okay, let's hear it. That's a fix-it conversation. So which is it, a fix-it or a listen-it? When in actual fact, to make a man happy, if you're that woman, he doesn't want to hear any of it. He just wants you to come in, feed him, empty his balls and leave him alone. But let's be honest, that's not how two people react with each other. And it would be pretty poor life if that's all it was. If that's all you're after, guys, then I think you're going to have to make do with a blow-up doll and Chinese and takeaway menus. Because that's the only way you're going to get fed, your balls empty and left alone. Because when you deal with any other human being, you're going to have to put up with a certain amount of disruption, a certain amount of things you have no control over. So what does a man want? Yeah, it's true. His balls empty and his stomach full. But what does he want above everything else? Peace. He wants calm. He wants order. And what is the secret to happiness? Well, the secret to happiness is enough. See, guys, because we want order, all we need is enough. We need enough money, enough food, enough warmth, enough clothing, enough love, enough sex, just enough. Whatever it may be, enough. We're not asking for massive amounts. We're not asking for more than enough. Just enough. And then we can be happy. But we're not going to be happy because the hardest thing is to know when you've got enough and when enough is enough. Anyway, that's a video for another day. This is my take on what a man wants as opposed to what a woman wants. And I hope you got some information out of this that was useful for you. because I always want you guys to have a better outcome. So my name's Andy R. This is the Brotherhood of Men, and I'll talk to you soon because I'm off for a cup of tea. I think I earned one. Bye now.